Hold on tight, because the news is coming at you fast. Alison, the Wimbledon tennis coach, is celebrating a major win, named Performance Coach of the Year at the prestigious LTA Awards. But that's not all. Teenage star Oliver Bonding also landed the Boys Player of the Year prize at the same ceremony. And get this, Adam Gemily is issuing a rallying cry for London athletics, just ahead of the planned renovation of Crystal Palace. We'll have all the details on these incredible achievements and what they mean for British tennis and athletics coming up next.
Here's a simple way to protect your phone without stress. This Allen 3-pack comes with tempered glass screen protectors, camera lens protectors, and an installation frame for an easier, cleaner fit. It's clear, case-friendly, and built to help guard against scratches and everyday bumps. Check the link in the comments to get it on Amazon.
Now, a changing of the guard in the world of football. After 10 incredible years, Kevin Foster is stepping down as manager of AFC Wimbledon Women. We'll delve into his remarkable journey, from humble beginnings at Kings Meadow to leading the team to the third tier, and hear his hopes for the future of the club. Plus, we'll look at his final game in charge, the Capital Cup final, and the legacy he leaves behind. Don't go anywhere. Brace yourselves, because your grocery bills are about to get another look. UK inflation is climbing, and supermarket food prices are starting to reflect that. We're breaking down exactly which items are creeping up in price: coffee, chocolate, fresh fish, and why rising fuel costs and global tensions are to blame. Alex Beavis from LHV Bank has insights on how to protect your finances amidst this economic pressure. Stay tuned for the full story. And finally, a concerning development in the Middle East. Iran's Revolutionary Guard has opened fire on and damaged a container ship in the Strait of Hormuz, just as ceasefire talks were failing to materialize. We'll examine the details of this attack, the response from the UK Maritime Trade Operations Centre, and the escalating tensions in the region, including the US's continued blockade of Iranian ports. Don't miss this critical update. Now, if you want more breaking news and in-depth analysis, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and stay with us. Roehampton Tennis Club coach Alison has been named Performance Coach of the Year at the prestigious LTA Awards, presented by Lexus. The awards ceremony, held Thursday at the National Tennis Center, also recognized teenage star Oliver Bonding as Boys Player of the Year. Taylor, who continues to compete alongside coaching, expressed her passion for helping players of all levels improve, highlighting the personal connection she feels with each student. The LTA Awards, launched in 2015, received over 3,000 nominations across 14 categories, celebrating contributions to both tennis and paddle. LTA President Roy Kalabawala emphasized the vital role of grassroots initiatives and dedicated volunteers in expanding access to the sport across Britain, reaffirming the LTA's commitment to making tennis and paddle welcoming and accessible to all. The awards honor individuals who dedicate their time and expertise to growing the game at every level. Further details on the LTA Awards can be found at lta.org, UK/awards. Meanwhile, athletics star Adam Gemily has issued a rallying cry ahead of planned renovations at Crystal Palace. After a decade of dedicated service, Kevin Foster is stepping down as manager of AFC Wimbledon Women. The announcement comes following a crucial 2-0 victory over Exeter City, a vital result in the team's battle against relegation. Foster's journey with the club began in the junior section, evolving into a pivotal role with the women's team after a coaching injury. He officially took the helm as head coach in 2017, succeeding Chris Leon, and steered the team to numerous top-3 finishes. A defining moment came with promotion to the third tier, achieved after a nail-biting final game against London Seaward, contingent on a Norwich City result. Foster emphasized the club's nomadic past, recalling games played at Kings Meadow, Gander Green Lane, Carshalton, and Rains Parkvale, before the opening of the Cherry Red Stadium in Plough Lane. He expressed his desire for a successor who will maintain the club's strong community ethos. Foster praised the commitment of his players, acknowledging their influence on both his development and the club's identity. He plans to focus on personal life, including his upcoming wedding, but intends to remain a supporter at Plough Lane, carrying on a family tradition of Wimbledon fandom. His final match in charge will be the Capital Cup final on April 30th, where AFC Wimbledon will seek redemption after a narrow defeat to Arsenal Academy in 2023. UK inflation is climbing once again, and the impact is already being felt at supermarket checkout lines. New figures show inflation has hit 3.3%, with rising costs impacting everyday staples like coffee, chocolate, and fresh fish. While some items, including bread, cheese, and bacon, have seen slight price dips, the overall trend is upward. The primary driver behind this surge is fuel. Recent weeks have seen a surge in petrol and diesel prices, significantly increasing transport costs across the economy, a situation exacerbated by disruptions to global oil and gas supplies linked to tensions involving Iran. This ripple effect impacts the entire food supply chain, from farm production to supermarket deliveries, making it more expensive to produce and transport goods. Experts warn that this effect is still building, and shoppers can expect further price increases in the coming months. While clothing and footwear prices have dipped, and some items have benefited from discounting, analysts caution that this relief may be temporary. Forecasts suggest inflation may not have peaked yet, potentially reaching close to 4% later this year. Alex Beavis, interim director of retail banking at LHV Bank, emphasizes that households are already feeling the pressure, and that inflation may persist longer than anticipated, urging consumers to review savings rates and refinance debt to mitigate rising costs. Energy bills are also a concern, with a slight short-term decrease predicted, followed by a potential 12% rise later in the year, further squeezing household budgets. Tensions in the Middle East are escalating rapidly as Iran's paramilitary Revolutionary Guard has reportedly attacked and damaged a container ship in the critical Strait of Hormuz. This action comes as planned ceasefire talks in Pakistan collapsed and follows a dramatic announcement from U.S. President Donald Trump extending the ceasefire with Iran indefinitely. Trump stated the extension aims to provide Tehran with additional time to formulate a unified proposal for potential negotiations. While Pakistan's Prime Minister Sharif welcomed the extension, Iran has yet to formally acknowledge it. The attack, occurring around 7:55 a.m. local time, targeted a container ship, according to the United Kingdom Maritime Trade Operations (UKMTO) Center. Fortunately, no injuries or environmental damage were reported. Iranian news agencies, including Fars and Tasnim, have confirmed the incident, with Fars asserting Iran is lawfully enforcing its control over the vital waterway, through which approximately 20% of the world's crude oil and natural gas once flowed. However, Iran's Nur News claims the Guard only opened fire after the ship disregarded warnings. This latest development follows a series of escalating actions, including the U.S. seizure of an Iranian container ship and the boarding of an oil tanker linked to Iran's oil trade. Trump has vowed to maintain a blockade of Iranian ports, a move Iran deems unacceptable and a factor in its reluctance to engage in talks. The Revolutionary Guard has issued a stark warning, promising crushing blows beyond the enemy's imagination. The Strait of Hormuz, a crucial international waterway, has seen significantly reduced shipping traffic since the conflict began, leading to soaring oil prices and impacting global economies. Prior to the current crisis, the strait facilitated roughly 20% of the world's oil and natural gas transit.